Oh, I forgot about this. Take that away from there. Alright, I'm going to try something a little different, because I haven't used my voice in one of these live streams in forever. I'm surprised that there's actually 2 people watching this time. Yeah, for those who are just watching, this is just a Just for Fun stream of me playing through the Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse, which I haven't really played the Super Nintendo version in a long time, because I just haven't had a reason to try and pick up the old version. Well, kinda. I have the Game Boy Advance version, which has, you know, the one additional character and some slightly altered levels, but it's not quite the same as playing the Super Nintendo version, which has much superior sound. And right now I'm trying to record one of my Super Nintendos running on S-Video, and seeing how that works for capture. Because one thing I've been wanting to try and do is figure out how to capture these older games, but as one might be able to tell, the problem with a lot of recording these old games with my capture card, it can only do at least 30 frames a second. Probably lower than that, because otherwise if it gets to a higher frame rate, it just it just has a horrible, it turns into this horrible interlaced mess that looks terrible. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and play on normal. I haven't played this game on hard in a long time, but I want to be able to beat the game, unlike Mickey Mania, where I just got stuck at the last couple of levels because it gets stupid hard at the end. I can also do this. Just to make sure that I'm not picking up sounds from my speakers, because I don't have a headset, unfortunately. Yeah, I used to have this game for my Super Nintendo way back in the day. Unfortunately, I lost a lot of my old Super Nintendo and Genesis game collection, and I had to go and rebuy all that stuff. And at least with this game, it's not ridiculously expensive as like some of the other stuff was. Like, I used to have games like Sunset Riders, which goes for an insane amount of money, and I only got it because my dad bought it thinking that this would be like, oh, it'd be a interesting Western-based video game, but it turned into one of those arcade games that he hates so much. Right, so those who are not really familiar with the game is, well, has 2 different things going for it. One is this grab and spin mechanic, where you can pick up enemies and objects, and then spin them, and then defeat other enemies. Or in cases like this tomato here, it lets you go higher. Oh! And then things get in your way. Also, just realized, I set this to hard anyway, because I only got 2 hearts. But you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and roll with it. See how that turns out. And just like that spinning mechanic, it works for this door. Spin it open. I'm going to try and skip through some of this text here. Because you can skip most of this stuff here. But I haven't really read this stuff in a long time either, so I kind of want to see what it says. If you play the Game Boy version, you can play as Minnie Mouse, and her dialogue is slightly different, but not that it really matters. Actually, one thing that's kind of... I mean, that's kind of the one thing that's kind of neat and kind of dumb, or silly, rather, about the Game Boy versions. You can play as Minnie Mouse, but her sprite is based off of one of the later Magical Quest games, so... They didn't change Mickey, but Minnie looks like she has way better detail than Mickey does. And this is kind of what happens when you just have a quick and dirty port from Capcom. But the one thing is nice is that they actually gave her costumes that are have a unique design compared to Mickey. And of course, that's the other gimmick about this game is the costumes, but we're not going to see that until later on. And that went poorly. Luckily, all the blocks are here, so normally there'd be this invisible wall at the top of the house here, but you can bypass that now after you talk to the wizard. I was gonna jump through that. Ah! Mickey's gravity kind of gravitated me towards that little bug enemy, so I don't want to deal with him. And the reason why I keep going over here, trying to spin this tomato here, is I'm trying to go up, because there's some secret stuff up here. Because there's also coins that you collect, which you can go to different shops and pick up different items, but there's a very specific item I want to get, and it requires a lot of coins. And you want to hang out at the top here, because you get this extra heart piece, which gives you more health. In the Game Boy version, there's like this random stash of blocks here. I don't know why they put that there. It's a very interesting mechanic with this tomato here, because it's trying to encourage you to not immediately hold left to keep yourself balanced on the tomato, because otherwise you're going to fall off. And it doesn't matter if you get crushed by the tomatoes. And the other gimmick is if you ride it, you can jump on this platform and then get to a secret area up here, which is pretty cool to get to, especially when you're a kid and you just have a vague idea that there's something there, but you gotta really understand how the controls work. Alright, here's a shop. Unfortunately, everything's sold out because I'm already at max health and I don't have any of the costumes, which has energy that can be depleted. I'm a little worried that since I'm playing on hard, this might not go so well. Because when you play on hard, all it really does, aside from give you one less hit point, you have to deal with the fact... all bosses have more health points that you have to deplete from them. And in some cases, when you get the costumes later on, that will start... You'll start running out of energy before you can actually start keep on attacking them. And in which case you have to leapfrog off of their heads. And while I'm not 100% certain, I think throwing the baddies at the bosses actually causes more damage. And also it's way faster to just jump your way back up there so that you can just keep on attacking him. Let's see, there is swimming, but if you're holding on to something, you'll sink unless you let go of the block, so let's see how bad that goes. There's also another secret coming up ahead. And for some reason, this bee doesn't want to attack unless you pass under him. And one thing I think is weird, because typically in like these platformer action games, if you leapfrog off of these enemies, you do a combo multiplier. But, as you can see here, I'm not comboing because I'm holding on the jump button, and I think that's a glitch in the game that's causing that to happen. Let's see, there's another bee, and there's a beaver down there. Because in this enchanted land, all these different creatures are just pissed at Mickey, and there's no real reason as to why. If you go in the beaver dam, there's a 2 up there, which would be pretty useful for me. And you have to kill the beaver, and then try and get in there as fast as you can. And also have to worry about the fact that you can drown, because that's also a thing in this game. Oh, actually, I want that guy, because there's something here. Okay. I want this guy, because you can do this, and that looks super satisfying. And now we're coming up to the main boss of this area, which is this giant centipede. And there's a sprite limit going on there. Uh-oh! Can't attack him when his face is red, so you have to... Oh boy. Yeah, he's much faster in hard mode, because you can also keep up a damage going on, or keep damaging him by throwing these blocks at it, or just keep leapfrogging off him. But in this case, he can't become immune to your attack, so this shouldn't be too much of an issue. Uh-oh. Unless that happens. Alright, let's give it another shot then, and I'll just keep laying on him with these blocks here. Because as soon as he lands, he becomes vulnerable. And just keep doing that. There's also input lag because I'm just looking at this through my capture cards, so this could go south. Ah, now he's floating. I don't know why he's doing that. He's not supposed to do that. Very nice.